Hello, Jeff. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Eddie. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, Jeff. It's a pleasure. Today, I want to ask you a couple of questions about your managed sales development teams so that buyers and users of the Cloudless Marketplace can decide whether they want to invite you for an interview about their sales needs and requests or not. There's three questions I want to go through. So let's start with the first one, Jeff, which is who is the best fit for this specific service offer?
So, the best fit for this specific service offer are companies, generally over $1 million in revenue, who are looking to grow their business, but don't quite have the predictable pipeline that they want to do so. Uh, that's where we come into play. Our business is helping clients grow pipelines and ensuring that they've got a sustainable way to have a full sales pipeline forever. Typically, these clients are B2B. Typically, they have deal sizes north of $25,000 a year, with some exception. But that's sort of our very typical client base right there.
Fantastic, Jeff. That's a very, very complete profile, which leads me now to my second question. Talk to me a little bit about the components of this service offer. If you can maybe highlight the process, platform, and people involved in the delivery of the service.
Sure, and we got a lot of all of that. So let me start here. Like I said, the goal of our process is to help our clients build a sustainable sales pipeline forever, and we do it all through our outbound sales development, sales enablement efforts. And I'll unpack what that means. So, the components of our process are we utilize email as well as calling in order to first identify your ideal buyers. There's no perfect list out there, it doesn't exist. So, we start with this list of prospects that we think is as good as any in the world. But still, we're going to call these individuals and make sure that they are, in fact, truly influencers or decision makers in the process, that these are the folks that you want to meet with. So we're going to take a great list that we already have and make it custom to you and what you need. Then we're going to reach out to these buyers via email, via calling, and we're going to do a few things. First, again, we're going to confirm that they are the type of prospects you want to meet with. Second, we're going to ask them some questions to make sure that they truly qualify and would be a good fit, and also learn a little intelligence about them. Who are they using currently to fulfill their need for this service or product? Are they happy with that particular vendor, et cetera? We're going to gather some great data. And then last, we're going to schedule appointments. And that's where you and a potential buyer are going to have the opportunity sit on a Zoom just like this without the fancy, backgrounds and what have you. And you're going to be able to tell them all about your product or service and see if there's a fit. And really the key to our service is the nurture phase. So look, it's easy to pick up the phone or send out a few emails, identify some hot prospects and get sales meetings. Like that's doable and it can last a few months or quarters. But what we do is much more sustainable than that. We're identifying all this critical sales data. Like I said, what vendor are they using? Are they happy with that vendor? Do they need a solution like yours? And we're leveraging that data quarter after quarter until something changes with that buyer. And that truly is the key to our process. I'll share a quick story. We have a client who's been on board for 3 years, and we've scheduled them about 400 sales meetings. If we had
Wow.
stopped after four dials, we would have scheduled 78 out of that 400. And that is a testament to our process. We are endlessly persistent, and it's because of our process and our technology. We have a process that I believe is second to none. We have hundreds of SDRs that are following that process, and we're using the latest in technology, from dialing technology, email technology, list building and housing technology, all to accomplish this on behalf of our nearly 2,000 clients. But at the end of the day, what we do is very simple but not easy. We help our clients build really sustainable sales pipelines that ultimately turn into great opportunities and closed won deals.
Awesome, Jeff. It's really impressive how you mentioned the difference between the number of dials that are required to truly make a difference in booking more meetings. A lot of people give up too easily. And one thing I wanted to double click here was in terms of the people, or let's say the roles that are working both in the front line, maybe in the behind scenes on the delivery of the service. Something that I've seen lately is a lot of automation. And you did mention a couple seconds ago that you have a big team of SDR. So tell me, when someone hires this service, how much is there, I don't know, AI automation versus how many resources in terms of an SDR, a coach, a manager, and how many of those resources are dedicated versus shared? If you can unpack a little bit of that for me, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the theme for our company this year is powered by people. And that's the reality. We have actual humans on the phone calling other actual humans to schedule sales meetings, to gather critical sales data, to identify decision makers. So, yeah, do we have AI and other technologies and processes and running in the background? Of course we do. But the key to us is we're powered by people. Right behind me, in this building, right behind me, we have hundreds of SDRs who are highly trained right here in St. Louis that are picking up the phone on behalf of our clients, calling, asking good questions, and scheduling quality sales meetings that ultimately yield great sales pipelines. And the key to us, like our value proposition, is that we don't take sick days, we don't take vacation. So not only do we have SDRs calling on your behalf, but we also have folks who back up in the event of vacation or sick days. We don't take days off. And when you think about our service, I think what's really critical to underscore is that when we're putting on your jersey as a client, we're not putting on the jersey of a competitor. We are non-competitive in a variety of different ways. And I think that really highlights an unusual value that we bring to the marketplace that our customers really appreciate.
Fantastic. All right, now that leads me to one more question, Jeff, which is, you mentioned a little bit of the technology, the elements, the people that are involved in the delivery of the service. Why don't you walk me through the first 120 days of buying the service? How does that journey look like?
Sure. So the first 30 days of your experience with us are all building the house, right? It's building the foundation. So the first 30 days are implementation. And if you think about it, we're basically joining your team. Think of it that way. We are effectively down the hall without being down the hall. And so we've got to learn everything about our clients, from their tone to their differentiation to what it is exactly they do, to the exact prospects they want, et cetera, et cetera. And then we've got to do all the setup on our end. It is a Herculean effort to get through in 1 month, but we dedicate 1 month to it. From there, we're going to be live with activity, emails, phone calls, reaching out to your target buyers, identifying whether or not they're true fits. And every single month, we're going to be identifying around 50 buyers that are indeed target fits at target companies that could make sense for you to reach out to and talk with. And from there, over the subsequent 3 months, we're building on that. So we're entering new prospects into the funnel every single month, following up with old prospects. I get asked all the time, are we going to get meetings up front? And yes, look, the output of our process, of course, is quality sales appointments. But for us, it's not a short-term game. Not at all. It is a long-term pipeline building exercise. And that's why we take the time to call your prospects, to ask valuable questions, to understand their businesses, so that we're not just rushing and getting an appointment. Over time, we're building quality sales pipeline, which come from quality sales appointments.
Fantastic. All right, very good. Jeff, this has been very insightful. I want to thank you for taking the time to share more details about your managed sales teams so that users of the CloudTest Marketplace can decide whether this service is a good fit for what they're looking for or not. Jeff, I'll catch you on the next one and hope to learn more about Abstrakt very soon.
Thanks again for having me. Really appreciate it.